I'll put the record on. And so we are being recorded, being held for posterity. Bobby is the new addition. We just went through introductions. Bobby Wallace. Did you make it to the Sherm gathering, the pizza party at I think it was 3:30 today?
No, I did not.
Okay. Yeah. They have their gathering. And our goal today was to get back together. You saw in the email, we have a number of things coming up. I actually submitted for 3 what are called peak grants. One is a grant for Pittsburgh trip. We can have up to 6 people. And I've been pretty well assured that that should go through by the 1st of the month, 1st of October. We also submitted for the South. We have the South Carolina Association of CPAs. Sorry, the SCAPA has something called their Fall Fest. And one of our scholarship recipients will be awarded on that Friday. And that's in, I think, was it November 9th, 18th, I think, Friday in November before Thanksgiving. So they have a 2-day Fall Fest. The second day is students are invited to participate. So I put in to rent a van and take some folks down there. And then we also have the South Carolina Board of Accountancy. They're the body that they basically take a look and provide resources to folks that get certified in the state. And they're the body that makes decisions on certification, on regulation. So it's in Columbia. So that Tuesday is a trip that we're looking to get a field trip to from 10 to 5, attend a board meeting. The executive director of SCAPA offered to take us all out for lunch. So get to know him, get to meet him as well. So I just wanted to share what we are as an AFC, Accounting and Finance Club. We started as the accounting club, and we had some pretty good successes and meetings and regular gatherings. So the finance folks piggybacked and said, can we join? And they did. So we're now the Accounting and Finance Club, but we're not just for accounting or finance majors. We're here for all business folks. Our programs have run the gamut from blockchain and cryptocurrency to entrepreneurship and personal finance, to careers, interviewing and LinkedIn, internships. So we kind of find out what folks want, what folks need, and try to figure out a way of getting guest speakers, mostly found by students, and gathered to either panels or guests. We usually have a happy hour dinner combination, maybe a make your own sundae, make your own root beer float, combined with no pizza dinners. We've had a no pizza policy to date in the 3 years I've been at it. And it's been pretty effective in terms of gathering. We usually get anywhere between 15 and 40 folks to a meeting. And we get faculty involved, alumni involved, obviously students. We've got student speakers as well. So those are folks that anybody with insight to share that wants to share, that's what we seek to do. So the agenda tonight was the introductions, basically review some of the potential and upcoming activities, and then to dive into planning for our gathering, which is the second Thursday in October. I think it's 5:45. It starts kind of almost like a buffet style dinner. Then 6 o'clock, we actually have the meeting gathering, and we usually run until about 7:30. Before we have more discussion on the programming, any questions so far or comments? So let's go ahead. And did anybody have a chance to do some outreach on LinkedIn? We went through a training last session. We went through looking at alumni. By the way, the demonstration I gave you, I said, oh, this guy's in education, looked like an interesting guy. And I sent out a personalized invite. Within 2 hours, he had connected. He was a second degree. He didn't know me, I didn't know him, but we did connect and we did exchange after that some communications. So it does work for outreach. LinkedIn is a powerful tool to do that. Bobby, are you on LinkedIn by any chance?
No, sir, I'm not.
You're not yet. Okay, fair enough.
Not yet.
Not yet. Especially if you're in HR, you without a doubt. It's just such a powerful tool, not only to network, but to learn about people. We've got about 14,000 FMU alums, and I went through a demonstration last session. I have a recording if you're curious. But basically we went in, we saw how to find alumni, check a major, or you can check by employer or geographic region. And then you can find out, you see a picture, you see a description, and then you invite to connect. And as I just said, within 2 hours, he connected to me and like I say, we exchanged some communications. And that's the kind of thing that we were talking about doing outreach. So that's my next question. Any outreach? Anybody have any speakers? Did anybody make any connections? Or what kind of ideas do you have for speakers? I think we were talking about personal finance, entrepreneurship, and credit ratings.
I reached out, or I connected with a few different people using the search engine the way you showed us. I think 2 or 3 people connected back with me, and I reached out to one person. He's a CFP in Florence. He read my message but did not respond. So
Okay. All right. So that's a start.
yeah,
So
I tried.
you did, and that's all you can do. That's fine. Gabrielle, anything? Or Leah?
Not really. For personally, I reached out to 5, haven't heard back from 3. One read my message and the other one just he didn't respond. And like the 4 of them, I only got one looked at it. So I'm hoping I'm betting on him, but yeah. Yeah, so I hope, I'll keep trying. I have the weekend.
Okay.
I have the weekend.
I will say that on average, about half the LinkedIn users are inactive users. 800 million users, probably 400 million, aren't there very often, every other month. The other half, though, are considered active. And that means they're on a couple times a month, if not daily. I know I'm on daily because I do some other things on there with folks. But most will check it once, twice, thrice a week. So they're not necessarily on there every day. LinkedIn does a nice thing of sending an email saying, by the way, someone sent you a message, and it goes to your email, but we know about emails and how many hundreds we all seem to get and say, okay, that's nice. We don't disregard those. So those are things, like I said, the 2-hour turnaround time, I was impressed by that someone, and you can actually tell when you look at a profile, how developed the profile is. Sometimes you just have a name and job. Then you can tell it's a presence. But sometimes if they're using it more of a tool for communication, you can see they have an enhanced presence and a banner that's beyond the standard and a picture that might be professional. So you sometimes can tell by looking at the profiles how active they might be and what they're doing. So those are tools. It's a tool like any other tool. And I was asking Olivia earlier, she's going to the career fair that's coming up. Those are the kind of things to participate in. And I say it's even more valuable when you're not looking for a job, because then it gives you practice, get used to it. Because if you go to that and say, I'm scrambling, I'm looking for a job or an internship, and you've never been to one, you may get overwhelmed just by the nature of how these events are and the crowds that they have. So food for thought, just wanted to share. So what I'm hearing so far is we really don't have any speakers. Let's talk about topics. If you had to select 3 or 4 topics, actually, I'm going to ask in the chat, each one of you could type in 2 topics that you think would be worthwhile. I mean, I just mentioned 3. And if there's put a number 1 or a number 2, rate them or add your own topic. Please put in the chat something that you feel would be of interest to your fellow classmates. Go ahead and type into chat. Okay. So I'm seeing a vote for investing. I'm seeing personal finance. Number 2. Anybody else? Okay, we got a vote for another vote for investing. I think when Jordan was here, Jordan Higbee was here, she mentioned investing as well. And is that personal budgeting you're talking about? Mentioned investing as well. And is that personal budgeting you're talking about?
I would say budgeting as like in general, more like as like, personally budgeting, I would say, because like most people wanted to budget like school, like, you have money and like you want to budget and like, personal business, that type of stuff. Because like most college students don't know how to budget their money. So it's a nice skill to have in the future and like
I
forward
think
in
that
life.
plugs into personal finance as well. So that's because of the budgeting and personal finance, it's what you do with the monies that you have and how to budget, how to spend it, how to invest it. I think that all comes together. Okay. Leah, anything that comes to mind? Or Bobby?
Say, credit. And I also agree with personal, finance.
So credit and personal finance. Okay. I'm guessing you're on a phone, so you're not typing that easily. So I just typed in for you.
Thank you.
And you're very welcome. And agree or disagree with the selections, Leah? Thoughts? Okay. All right. So our hope was to try to gather some resources for tonight. There we go. Personal finance. Okay. Yeah. Excellent. So investing in personal finance, those are the two top. So there are firms, I'm trying to think who would, the best folks usually for personal finance. Too bad Octavius couldn't make it because he's a banker. He's worked for Wells Fargo. He's at a credit union now. He's been in banking for a bunch of years. I'll share this with him, and because he might have some ideas. Do any of you have banking relationships here in town? Any bankers that you work with, or bankers that you might know? Not hearing any. That's okay. Any family members that have investment advisors that work with stock trading companies or even pension plans, retirement plans? Any family members that are plugged in that are doing some financial planning of sorts or investing of sorts? I'd probably stay away from day trading because most people that do day trading lose money. And I don't want to promote people losing money. That's taken away from the studies. It's like, I know some folks that pay their tuition through poker winnings, but not a lot of folks can do that. All right, what I'm going to suggest, let's see, we still have some time. Any other input or suggestions on how we might be able to find some speakers, preferably alums or community members? We've had folks participating on Zoom.
When is the career fair?
Career fair is coming
Because-
up. Does anybody have the letter that was sent out? Pull it up right now. It was sent out. Okay, career fair is Tuesday, October 11th.
Because I was saying if it was before our happy hour, like a week or so, we could maybe network there.
That would be a great idea.
But I don't know, 2 days is a lot, like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
two days is short. Although we could find out who's going to be there. That's actually a great idea. Because Will, who's in the career service office, would have a listing of who's participating. And we can, and I love that idea because then they can also advertise for us and advertise to students that we're going to be talking in 2 nights. We've got the career fair Tuesday, but Thursday we'll be talking, and we can advertise for them as well. So we could say,
Yeah.
by the way, so-and-so is going to be at the career fair and they're also going to be speaking at our event.
Yeah.
That's a cool idea. Does anybody want to reach out to Will? I'll put Will's contact information, and he's over in the career services office.
Let me
But-
look on my, I get emails from him occasionally, and I feel like there's an email somewhere saying that has a list of people coming. It's a very broad, like it'll say like Wells Fargo or something. I'm pretty sure there is something like that. But I can double check that.
Okay, I'm gonna put his email address here in chat. And do all of you know where the career service office is? It's right by CASA.
I
Second-
do not.
Okay, if you know where the CASA office is, the second floor with between the School of Business and School of Education. That walkway in the back. That's where the tutors are, tutoring center, career success center. So it's kind of in the wing, Founders Hall. If you walk away from Founders Hall into the next building, I forget what the name of the building is called. But that is. I'm actually gonna put Will's LinkedIn address in here too, just so you have that. In the chat as well. So Olivia, I hear you're willing to take a stroll over there. Is that what I'm hearing? And say no if you don't. By the way, all this stuff is supposed to be fun, entertaining, but also learning experience and an opportunity to grow, and get more active in and engage, meet your fellow students, meet alums, and go down that path. So if I ask you a question, I'm faculty, don't feel obligated, like you have to say yes. So please don't feel that you're being pressured into something. I mean, I've got two officers here. I don't know if Leah or Bobby wants to also go down the officer trail at some point. We can talk more about that. But are you able by Monday or so possibly to touch base with Will and see who's on there? It might be.
Yeah, I actually just found the email, and I just copied the list that he gave everybody. Do you want me to paste it into the chat? It's a pretty hefty list.
That's good. Does they have names there as well, or just the
It's
company?
just got the companies. So I
No.
mean, if you wanna, I can paste it and then we can decide who we wanna reach out to, and then I can reach out to him and see if he can
Oh.
give me their contact info.
Sounds like a plan. Good.
Okay, I'm gonna paste it in there.
Great. Or if you want to share the screen, you can also share your screen. What?
I don't know how to do that.
Okay, I'll walk you through it. The green button that says share screen. You click
Oh,
on it, and in the upper left-hand corner, you double. The green button that says share screen. Click on, and in the upper left-hand corner, you double. When you click share screen on the upper left where it says screen in blue, double click on that, and you'll be sharing your screen, and we see what you see. You click on an individual screen, you'll just see, if you change screens, that's all we see. But if you click on the upper left-hand corner, upper left, we'll see your full screen. And anytime you change screens, we'll see any screen you change to. Different email, different website, whatever it might be.
I have a Mac, and so I have to grant access to it, but it's saying I'll have to close out Zoom to be able to like restart the like the
Close
changes
out
I-
Zoom to be able to like
Oh.
restart the like the changes that.
Okay, if you want to close out, restart, we'll wait for you patiently.
Okay,
I
sorry.
Post the list in the chat so we can see it.
Okay. Give me-
Okay, sorry.
Post the list in the chat so you can see it.
Or like someone else like send an email to, or you like share an email to someone else and someone else opens it and like do something like that.
Or you can forward,
So-
you forward it to Gabriel and me. Or you can forward, you forward it
There we go.
to Gabriel and me.
First America City.
Y'all see it now?
Sure can.
Okay.
If you're
I
able
see
to
it now.
expand your screen a little bit, don't know if you can make that bigger,
Yes.
scale it up. If you're able to expand the screen a little bit, I don't know if you can make that bigger. Okay. So let's go ahead and see. Do any of those names catch your eye as you look through there? Anybody on the call?
First Citizens.
Libraries, citizens. Over to.
And wasn't Jordan reaching out to somebody at Webster Rogers?
I think she was. Let's go and see. Okay, so more. Well, who's Moore, Boston, and Woodman? Woodham, rather. Never heard of them. Anybody else heard of them? Sounds like a law firm or an accounting firm, but
Yes, accountant, an accountant firm in Hartsville.
okay, so they're worthy of outreach. 25 years, I just did a Google search on them. Second floor, they're in suite 201. See if they don't say that they're up there. Without us. Here we got pictures. We have 7 pictures. Not that I'm noticing, but all white males. They have offices in Columbia, Greenville, Hartsville, and Charleston. So they have 4 offices. That's cool. So let's go ahead. I'll add them to the list. Or have you heard of them before, Olivia?
I have not. I just looked it up on my phone.
Yeah. It would still pay to stop by and just, knock on Will's door and say, we thank you for sharing the list of attendees. I'm an officer in the AFC and we're looking for guest speakers that week. So we want to promote your job fair and your career fair to our members and to our School of Business. But we also like to recruit speakers from some of your guests. If you wouldn't mind sharing contact information of anybody that's in finance, banking, or investment. Our goal is to have a topic of investments or personal finance. And we're going to try to, and we'd love to build off of what you're doing and you can build off of what we're doing and we'll share the wealth. You get the idea. Do you feel comfortable doing that?
Yeah, where is it actually? It's in Bacasa.
Yeah, if you know where my
Yeah,
office is.
where is it actually? It's in Bacasa.
Gabrielle, somehow your sound.
Oh, Dr. Scott.
Gabrielle, somehow your sound.
I know.
So we get.
I know it's coming in and out, but I could email because I went to the career fair last year. Yeah. I can email the Republic Finance person and see what he can do because I have his card.
Oh, from
The
Republic Finance.
representative for here, I'll see what he can help us with or something like that.
Okay, that's a good idea. If you want to reach out to Republic Finance,
Mm-hmm.
you're saying, and you were there
I'll
last.
see what.
That's a good idea. If you want to reach out. Anybody else from last year's job fair? I mean, I know I was there. I'm just thinking out loud. Anybody else from last year's job fair? I know I was there. Just thinking out loud.
Mhm.
All right, so Gabrielle is going to go out to First Republic. Olivia, you'll go speak to Will and find out. We'll start with those three and find out who the contact people are and ask them if there's any more financial type organizations, banks, accounting, investment firms that might be coming, if he'd be willing to share name and contact. Because we'd like to get them as guest speakers for the career fair. We want to advertise the career fair too. So so it's not a one-way street. Do that together. How much time do you think you'd need before you'd have a chance to get over there? By the way, so the office, if you know where the School of Business office is, and my office, if you go around the hallway and you go between the two buildings, CASA's right there on the right as you're going to the education building on the back hallway. And when you walk in, Will's office is actually right in there too. It's the second door, not the first door for CASA, but the second door for CASA, where the tutoring center is. If somebody is active as a tutor or goes for tutoring, that's where they go. And the career service office, Will's office, is right there. You walk in the door, his office is directly opposite on the right. And there's a student usually sitting outside his office that's there.
And it's
So-
open door policy like everybody else here.
Yeah, yeah, I've popped in. And it's pretty easy access. If you want to send them an email tonight and, in advance, saying, what we're doing, that might be a good way to do an introduction. And then see if he's available to stop by, whenever you have class, Friday or Monday, or whenever you might be on.
Yeah, I have a class tomorrow in Founders Hall, so I could probably stop there afterwards.
Might you be available tomorrow, 1 to 2, in the vicinity of 1 to 2 or whatever, or possibly Monday at whatever time, stop by and have a chat. That would be great. I think that would be very productive. Great idea. Nice combination. Bobby, do you have any thoughts or ideas? Would you like to get more involved in recruiting?
If you guys need me to do something, I don't mind.
Well, probably need your
I don't
help
have
when we
any
actually have the event on Thursday, because we meet earlier. We probably meet about 5 o'clock on Thursday, as far as doing setup, picking up food stuffs, getting organized. So that's one area. Do you want to get together earlier in the week, next week? Once we find out some information, because once you get some names, you'll probably do some outreach and try to reach whoever. And I'd hate to wait till Thursday and then, see where we're at, but do we think we might try for Tuesday? If we, I don't want to create extra work for anybody either, but I want to make sure we have enough time to do some good planning and answer any questions and be a resource.
Yeah, like just
Okay.
have another Zoom meeting, or like, do you want me to come?
Have
to your
another
office,
Zoom day,
or-
maybe touch base Tuesday at 6 or something.
Okay.
Will that work?
Yeah, let me put it in my phone.
So we'll plan on Tuesday the 20th. 6 p.m. By the way, if any of you are on campus sometime and want to stop by my office and want to chat and have any questions, or happy to do so as well. Okay, anything else come to mind? Bobby, I know it's your first meeting, but have you considered an officer role, taking on a more official capacity?
No, I haven't.
Okay. If you'd like, I can send you a copy of the Constitution and you can read through that and see if anything jumps out at you. Says, you know what, I do want to take a bull by the horns and I'd like to get more involved and active. I mean, there's always going to be opportunities for social activities, for professional activities, for outreach, for participation. So we're glad to have you in whatever capacity you feel comfortable. So don't feel pressured into any role, into anything that's going. But I think that's something that might be worthwhile to pursue. And like I say, it's always a good resume stuffer or LinkedIn profile addition that gives you a little more depth when you're job hunting. Any idea what kind of career you're thinking? HR, any particular directions you're thinking career-wise?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
I was looking at possibly going in Charleston.
Boeing in Charleston, great company, great place.
Yes,
In the HR capacity, you're thinking?
yes, in HR.
Are you considering going to the job fair?
I'm sorry, my phone broke up.
Are you considering going to the job fair in October?
Yes.
Okay, great, good idea. And we also have an activity fair coming up that we need to make sure is on the calendar. We're going to need help and participation at that activity fair. And I think the activity fair is scheduled for student activity fair is on Thursday, the 22nd. So that's next Thursday. And I believe it runs from 1 to 4:30. Are any of you available at that time on Thursday, 1 to 4:30?
I'm not.
I'm not either. I have to work.
I'm
so-
not.
I could be. Yeah. Wait, you said, say it
I
again?
have to work.
Next Thursday, the 22nd at 1 to 4:30.
Yeah, I should be.
Okay. Next Thursday. I'll plan on being there too, and if we can get some more people in the meantime, we'll see who else can participate. I'll plan on being there too, and if we can get some more people in the meantime. All right. We'll see who else can participate. So we're meeting again Tuesday at 6. We'll have the activity there on Thursday. So we're meeting again Tuesday. In the evening, we'll have our Thursday planning meeting. So we'll be hopefully be a little closer to having some presenters. And the presentation can be pretty flexible. When we talk, you see, if we talk about, they can present on personal finance or investing or other things too. I mean, the idea of budgeting and personal finance was actually a good suggestion, Gabrielle, I think, when you came in and was thinking along those lines. So we'll have a better idea hopefully Tuesday. And anything else for tonight? Then I thank you for your participation. And we'll look forward to keep moving forward. You guys have a good night. Thank you.
Yep, you too. See you Tuesday.
See you Tuesday. Good luck.
So before I email him, what should I ask him? Because, you know.
All right, let me give you some, I'm gonna pop some ideas in the chat. Okay. All right, let me give you some, I'm gonna pop some ideas in the chat. Okay. Did you connect with him on LinkedIn last year? Did you connect with him on LinkedIn last year?
No, he did send me, like, the company sent me like something like a Bluetooth, something like that this summer. So.
Okay, so here's the first paragraph. Okay, so here's the first paragraph. Officer And it's just an idea. You don't, I mean, you put in your own words. It's just an idea. You know why there's a lag on your voice coming through? You know why there's a lag on your voice coming through?